Wait, before you scroll to the next video, I want to ask you something. You're using ChatGPT, Claude, or Gemini, but are you sure you picked the right one? Because I ran a test, not a marketing test, not a look how smart AI is demo. I gave them real tasks, the stuff you actually do every day. Writing emails, breaking down a messy report, fixing broken code, making a business decision with no clean answer, and the results surprised me. Even me, and I followed his stuff every single week. 4 rounds, 1 winner, and an honest answer to the question, which AI is actually worth your time and when? Welcome to AIpedia. Let's get into it. Here are the rules. ChatGPT 4.0, Claude Sonnet, and Gemini 1.5 Pro. All on paid plans, same conditions. 1 prompt, 1 shot. No do-overs, no hints. 4 categories. Writing, analysis, code, real-world problem with no clean answer. 1 winner per round, 1 overall verdict at the end. No sponsorships, no bias. Let's go. Round 1. Writing. First test. Writing. I asked all 3 to write a cold email to a potential client, a small business owner, pitching a social media management service. Professional, not pushy. Under 150 words. Sounds simple, but watch what happens. ChatGPT. Clean structure, solid subject line, soft call to action. Professional. A little textbook. It works, but you've seen it before. Gemini. Added a personalization hook at the top I didn't ask for. Smart move. It already feels more like a conversation. Claude. Wrote something I'd actually read. Not a template, not a formula, a conversation. The kind of email that doesn't feel like an email. The difference between something that works and something that lands. Round 1 winner, Claude. ChatGPT second, Gemini third. But honestly, all 3 were usable. Round 2. Analysis. Round 2, analysis. I uploaded a 2-page business report, deliberately messy. Contradictory numbers, vague conclusions, 1 buried mistake on page 2. Same question to all 3. What are the 3 biggest problems in this report, and what would you fix? This is where it gets interesting. ChatGPT. Caught the surface-level issues. Formatting problems. 1 contradictory stat. Correct, but shallow, like running spell check on a strategy doc. Gemini. Actually caught the thing I buried on page 2. A conclusion that didn't match the data it was based on. Impressive, but the explanation was long-winded and hard to act on. Claude. Found all 3 problems and explained the business implication of each one. Not just this number is wrong, but this number being wrong means your revenue projection is probably overstated by 20%. That's the difference between a spell checker and an analyst. Round 2 winner, Claude. Gemini second for catching the hidden error. ChatGPT third. Round 3. Code. Round 3. Code. And this is where the standings shift. I gave all 3 a broken Python script, simple web scraper, 3 bugs, a syntax error, a logic error, and 1 deprecated function. Task. Find the bugs, fix them, explain what went wrong. ChatGPT. Found all 3 bugs in about 10 seconds. Clean explanation, working code, and even suggested a small optimization I didn't ask for. This is its home turf. Gemini. Found 2 out of 3. Missed the deprecated function and left it in the fixed version. That's not just a miss. That's a time bomb in your code base. Claude. Found all 3 and explained each one in plain English, not just for developers, but in a way a non-technical founder could understand why it actually matters. For pure coding tasks, ChatGPT is still the fastest and most accurate. Round 3 winner, ChatGPT. Claude a close second, Gemini third. Round 4. Real-world problem. Last round. And this one's my favorite. No right answer. Real life rarely has one. I gave all 3 the same scenario. I run a small online store. Sales dropped 30% last month. My ad spend stayed the same. What do I do? No extra data, no context. The same question you'd ask a consultant or your smartest friend. ChatGPT. A solid 7-point checklist. Check your conversion rate. Review your ad targeting. Look at cart abandonment. All correct, all obvious. Like Googling, why did my sales drop? Gemini. Ask me 3 clarifying questions first. Which product category? Which ad platform? Sudden or gradual drop? Actually smart. But in a test like this, I wanted an answer, not an interview. Claude gave me a framework. It said, before you change anything, figure out where in the funnel you're actually losing people. Because people aren't clicking ads and people are clicking but not buying are completely different problems with completely different fixes. Then it walked me through exactly how to diagnose each scenario. That's not a checklist, that's thinking. Round 4 winner, Claude. Gemini second for the smart questions. ChatGPT third. Verdict, honest verdict, and I want to be clear about this. All 3 of these tools are genuinely impressive. A year ago, none of this existed. But if you want a simple guide, here it is. Use ChatGPT when you're writing code, need fast structured output, or want the widest plugin and integration options. It's the Swiss Army knife. Use Claude when you're doing deep writing, nuanced analysis, or working through a complex problem where reasoning matters more than speed. It thinks differently and often better. Use Gemini when you're deep in the Google ecosystem. Docs, Gmail, Drive. The integration is genuinely useful, and it's getting better fast. The real answer? You don't have to pick just one. Most power users run 2 or 3 depending on the task. If this was useful, subscribe. New AI tool breakdown every week. And drop in the comments. Which one do you use and what for? I read everything. See you next week on AIpedia